everyone doing today, babies? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What is up? Hi, hello. How are you doing today? What's up? Sharise Johnson Moore here, and I am your publishing consultant and visibility coach. How is everyone doing today? Hello, 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 hello. And if you are in the live, I thank you for coming in today. Can you tell me who you are and where you are from? Who are you and where are you from? Come on, come on. I wanna know all about my audience. I want to know about my audience that takes out their precious time to really get into coming in to see and glean and do all the things that we do, right? So, wanted to say thank you so much for coming in. Like I said, I am Sharise N. Johnson Moore, owner of Sharise N. Johnson Moore LLC, and I am a publishing consultant and visibility coach. And I wanted to say hello, babies. How are y'all doing? What y'all up to? I know I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy the food, family, and fun. Okay, food, family, and the fun. Right. And I wanted to say I wish you all a happy new year. Okay, we got 2026 is coming around the corner. 2026 coming around the corner, rolling right on in, ain't it? So and we must do some little changes to our business, do a little changing in our business sometimes that gets us seen and gets us visible in front of the right audience, So, welcome to day 24. We're talking about how to use email marketing to stay visible between launches, right? How to use email marketing to stay visible between launches. Okay, so I want to say that visibility doesn't stop when your launch ends, whether it's a book, a product, a service, hair products, new client, new place, new, whether it's brick and mortar or virtual or just so totally online. Visibility doesn't stop when you launch a product. When you launch something. If you disappear between the launches, people forget why they need you. Okay, they will forget why they need you. Okay, so today I'm showing you how email marketing helps you stay visible. How it helps you stay visible. I hear so many times that entrepreneurs, from some of the entrepreneurs I know, I don't have time to create a newsletter. I don't have time to send out emails. Okay, well, I'm going to give you some pointers today why that is necessary, right? Why it is necessary. Okay, today it helps you stay visible for one. It builds trust and positions you as the go-to without burning out or constantly selling. Okay? Emails, your emails help you in several ways. Okay? It helps you stay visible, build trust, position yourself as the go-to without burning out. Okay? And it helps you keeps you from consistently selling in people's DMs, okay, in their DMs, okay, in their DMs or posting. I used to get this a lot. How you post something on Facebook or something, right? And the post will be talking about your product or service, or you'll be just having family time or something, right? And here come this comment in your post, under your post, talking about, well, can you buy my book? Or can you purchase my book? Or they have their, word copy all together and the book posted, with the word copy. And I think, to myself, I'd be like, why are you pitching woo over here? Why are you pitching woo? Why, I'm thinking, there's so many ways you could pitch that, but not under my comment, under my post, and certainly not through the DM. Okay. Just I've learned to get away from being in people's DMs. Okay, I used to want to be one of them DM demons, right? DM demons, right? Well, I will post all the time in people's DM, and I realized after a while that it got on people's nerves, and they would either unfollow me or they would block me. Okay, and I didn't want that to keep happening to me. So I also, like I said, for 13 months, I turned around and took a marketing class and learned that emails play a very important part in the process of your visibility of your business, right? Now, if you're an author, entrepreneur, ministry leader, this one is for you. This is for you. All entrepreneurs, listen up. All. I'm not putting that in I'm not giving it a specific genre. I'm talking about all entrepreneurs, right? And I want to give you these 5 key points, and they're gonna come with a breakdown. Okay? Gonna come with the breakdown. Okay. Email is your own visibility platform. Email is your own visibility platform. Okay? Let's break this down. Social media has changed. Restrict reach or disappear. Right? I've even have been on an app before. I can't think of the name of that app. It was running one day, and then I clicked on it one day, and it was totally gone. I'm sitting there like, what in the world? They didn't get nobody no heads up or nothing. They just deleted their whole app. I was like, okay, all right, cool. Okay, that really kind of, you ever had an experience, or Facebook might go down, or Instagram get the glitch in, or fan base, or whatever these apps, Lemonade, whatever, TikTok, they might turn around and be like, well, we don't want to do this no more. We just gonna close this app. Okay. So emails prepare you to stay relevant. They keep you relevant, but your email list belongs to you. Social media can change, restrict reach, and or disappear. Okay. But your email list belongs to you. It is all yours. Okay. So when someone gives you their email, okay, they're giving you permission to stay connected. Stay connected. Emails allow consistent visibility without algorithms deciding who sees your products or services. Okay, let me repeat that. Emails always allow you to have consistent visibility without algorithms deciding who sees your products or services. Okay, this is the tip for this. Treat your email list like a community, not a sales list. Treat your email list like a community, not a sales list. I say this with pride. When you treat people like they are your family, they are more receptive to your emails that they get. Like my email is entitled The More Connection, right? More Connection newsletter. But when I give the greeting, it always says, hello, More Connection family. Hello, More Connection family. How are y'all doing? Good morning, More Connection family. I always greet them as we are family and we work together. Okay. So, number 2. Stay consistent without always selling. Okay? Stay consistent without always selling. Break down. Okay, let me break it down for you. Break it down. Okay, between launches, your goal should be to serve, not to sell. Between launches, your goal isn't to sell, it is to serve. Okay? Serve. You serve with lessons learned, behind the scene insights, testimonies, encouragement, practical tips tied to your message. Okay? Lessons learned, behind the scene insights, testimonies, and encouragement are always I put in a daily affirmation every time I send out my newsletter. So I start the newsletter off with the title, and then I give a daily affirmation for that day, for that email. I send my email out once a week on a Monday, and it always must consist. I make it a rule, I make it a demand of myself to always give a daily affirmation before you even go into the body of an email. Okay, because I want to start off with encouragement. Because us as entrepreneurs, we go through so much in our journey. We got so many hats to wear. And sometimes it can become overwhelming with the things that you may be doing in your business, right? So I want you to feel relaxed when you open the email. I want you to be relaxed, not all stressed out. Oh Lord, I gotta read another one of these emails again. Oh Lord, this is, or it becomes cumbersome. I don't want it to become cumbersome, right? And the thing is that, this keeps your audience warm. So when it comes to the time to sell, they are ready. Okay. You give them a lesson learned, behind the scene insight, a testimony, encouragement. I work it in with this daily affirmation, and then we say hello, more connection family, and then I give some encouragement intro, and then I go into like I have a section called books to promote. I have advertising spots for that for in my newsletter. You may want to try that. And I also have a section to advertise for, books, advertise your business, advertise your events, things of that nature. I kind of, keep it like that, and then I will end my letter with opportunities like the advertising and for the newsletter or the podcast, and I try not to overwhelm with a whole bunch of stuff. It's a whole lot of stuff that's left out that email. Sometimes I'll be like, no, this is a little bit too much. I don't want to overload them. Sometimes you have to pull back with what you put in the email as well. Number 3, teach one thing well in every email. Okay. By me being a publishing consultant and visibility coach, I always something about publishing, something about publishing, something about how to do visibility. I'll do one or the other. I'll switch it up. Switch it up. I will switch it up the part in that email. Cause we don't want to overwhelm your subscribers. Okay, I don't want to overwhelm. One email, one clear takeaway, whether it's visibility, a purpose, a publishing, or a faith-driven business. Depends on what your business does, that you stick with that topic, with that one thing in that email, right? And it builds clarity and trust and keeps people opening your emails. I had asked myself this, I give you a moment of vulnerability here. Okay. For the first 8 years, I did not have an email. I did not have an email, I did not have a newsletter, right? Until I took that class, the marketing class. And I realized I was leaving money on the table. Not sending out emails or a newsletter to keep people informed about what products come out, what new products are coming out, what new program, webinar, things of that nature that are coming out. And it keeps your audience informed. It keeps your subscribers engaged in your emails, and it also gives them heads up. You can get them heads up before social media even know. Okay, so that is a good way of using your email. Okay, confused subscribers unsubscribe. Confused subscribers unsubscribe. Clear ones convert. Okay? Clear emails convert to clients or customers. Okay? So you may want to, keep doing it. Number four. Use email to reinforce your authority. Use email to reinforce or enforce your authority. Okay? We're gonna break this down. So emails is where you remind people who you are and why you matter. Okay? Emails is where you remind people of who you are and why you matter. Okay? You may want to share media appearances, podcast interviews, speaking engagements, client wins, or content you've created. Don't use it as bragging, but positioning. Not for bragging, but positioning. Because you never know who's going to read your email, and then they'll say, oh, they're going to be in my city. Say if they're doing a national tour, a tour, and they may come to Pittsburgh. I'm just, because I'm 45 minutes out of Pittsburgh, I'm getting this example. And I'd be like, okay, they say they're going to be in Pittsburgh. Okay, well, let me go ahead and get my ticket. Let me go ahead and get my ticket for the event. Let me go ahead and make my arrangements, what day, what time I'm going to leave. Let me clear my schedule, because when you give people advance notice about the things that you're doing, you always give them time to support you. You make it easy for them to support you. Okay? When you give them media appearance, okay, say you're going to be on Entrepreneur Corners, right? And your email go out, say I'm going to be on Entrepreneur Corners, this day, this time, okay, and we're going to do it live. It's going to be on live on YouTube and you give them tell people. Do not ever be afraid to tell people what you're doing. That is part of your visibility plan. Okay? You have to keep people in the loop. Keep them in the loop. Let them keep knowing, okay, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be on this podcast. I'm going to be here I'm going to be, I sent one out. I speaking again in October. I put that in my news, in my email. Client wins. Okay, well, I got a client, we done got our plan together and she's going to do this. Or I would say, I've acquired 3 clients this week for my advertising a Facebook or Instagram ad. I've acquired 3 clients to be on my show for Entrepreneur Corners or from my advertising, or you say, look, someone has decided to sign up for the one-on-one visibility coaching session. Okay? It's not bragging. It is keeping people informed that you do more than just posting all day on social media. Okay? It does it way better than posting on social media all day. Okay? Number 5, always invite them somewhere. Invite them somewhere. Okay. Even when you're not launching. Okay. When you're not telling them about a new product or service or something, keep them, give the readers a next step. Watch, such as like watch your YouTube live, join a live room, book a one-on-one session, download a free resource. Okay. Visibility without direction is wasted potential. Okay. Tell them, look, okay, well, tonight I got an event. I got the 30 days of visibility going on my YouTube. It's a YouTube series, and I would greatly appreciate if you would join me at 6 p.m. every day in the month of January, in December. Okay, in December. So I sent that out, and each Monday I send out the criteria for each day what I'm going to talk about for them 7 days. Okay. So they can keep up. They can be informed, watch the YouTube live. I put that in the post, or in my email. I always keep my audience, or my subscribers always informed. Visibility without direction is a wasted potential. Okay. When you post, whenever you post something on social media, tell them, look, this is where you can buy the book at. This is where you can go, sign up for my course, my webinar, you also put that in your newsletter. Okay. Please put that in your newsletter or your email you're sending out. Okay. So we're going to go back through these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. One is email is your own visibility platform. Okay, you own that. Don't nobody else control that, baby, but you. Okay. Number 2, stay consistent without always selling. Stay consistent without always selling. Number 3, teach one thing well in every email. Okay. Teach one thing well in every email. Okay. Number 4 is use email to reinforce your authority. Remind them of who you are and why you matter. Okay. Number 5 is always invite them somewhere. Whether you're doing a live Instagram, whether you're doing you have this, your TikTok, whatever platform you're gonna be on, tell the people. Cause it's about support. It's about keeping them informed, because when you don't keep them informed, they will disappear. People got short attention span. So if you keep them informed and let them know this is what I'm doing, they'll follow, they'll support you, no matter what app you're going to, and please, I want to give you this one. Create you a content calendar, a visibility content calendar, to tell the people where you're going to be and when you're going to be there and what time it's going to take place. Okay? The one thing I have learned is that when you do random lives, random pop-ups, random this, it kind of throw people off. And they miss all the fun. They miss the stuff. Be like, man, I want, because everybody's not paying attention to their phone. The phone is not in their hand every 5 minutes. Okay? So, if you give them content to remind them of where you going to be and what platform you going to be on, that gives them a heads up. And I am the type of person where I will schedule stuff on my phone. I put in my calendar. Okay, well, Deborah gonna be on this app on this day at this time. Okay, I set me an alarm. The people I follow, I set an alarm to their visibility, their lives. I set an alarm. Okay, I go through their email. Okay, all right, she gonna be here, she gonna be there, and also, this is another thing you may want to do for your visibility. Advertising someone else's newsletter or email. That's one I'm going to give you today. Advertise in someone else's email, in their email list. Y'all exchange lists, exchange, you may want to exchange subscribers, okay, well, you take my list and I'll take yours. And, things like exchanges, that's called collaboration. You may, talk about their stuff on your platform. Or they talk about your stuff on, your stuff on their, you know what I'm saying? Switch it up, one thing, advertise. This year, I have put advertising into my calendar. My budget for advertisement into my budget. That's also a thing that you may want to do for, 2026 is, create your advertising budget. Okay. So with that being said, email marketing is how you stay visible without being loud, salesy, or exhausted. It allows you to lead, serve, show up consistently, and especially between your launches. Okay, you have one book, you launched that in maybe June, July, and it's the beginning of the year, and now you're going to pull out another product. But between June and July, whatever, July and January, whatever that month was, make time to still stay visible. It is a way to stay relevant. It is a way to stay relevant and always be seen. If you're ready to build a strategy that actually works, I invite you for a one-on-one visibility coaching session. Okay? One-on-one visibility coaching session. And I wanted to let you know that I have put that in the chat about the visibility coaching session. Okay? I want you, to come on, let's sit down and put this plan together. And it is, we're gonna, the pros and cons of the things that you are already doing for your visibility. We are gonna sit down and write a plan strategically about your marketing efforts, about what podcasts, interviews, what's the gaps in your business, your gaps that you may have in your business presentation. And we're going to work on so many things. It is a 3-hour session, okay? 3 hours, right? I give 3 hours, a 3-hour interval, so we can sit down. I don't like to rush do stuff. I do not like to rush to do anything with a client. I don't rush. Everything is not, come on, hurry up. Gotta do this. Gotta do, you ever had, I say, I'm going to speak for myself. Whenever I run across someone that is rushing me to learn stuff, that ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna work for me. Okay, I am a slow-paced person. I am a person, I get it, but I don't like to be rushed. Okay, so visibility coaching session. You can sign up today, and you can go ahead and work it out. We're gonna sit down and put it together. Write it down and make it plain, and my friend Tashika would say. And so visibility session and today's message. If today's message blessed you, okay? If today's message blessed you, you can always support the vision, okay? You can support through Cash App, PayPal, or Stripe. I greatly appreciate all the support that you give, okay? And I want to say that visibility doesn't end when you launch. You gotta span out. And visibility calls you to spread your wings and fly. Don't get stuck in one space, in a box, trapped in a group, things of that nature. Spread your wings. Collaborate with other people. Also, visibility allows you, to collaborate, sit down, do lives together, do TikToks together, we got all these apps, right? So take the people that you meet on these apps, sit down and talk with them and see where they're at and see if you can collaborate with them. That's also a part of your visibility as well, okay? So don't, as my grandma said, don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? All right. So I greatly appreciate everyone coming in today, and I love you all. And I want to see you tomorrow back here at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for day 25. I know, yes, I'm always working, okay? This year, I have promised myself I'm not going to sit around and wait on other people, okay? I'm not doing that. Pump the brakes. No, not waiting on other folks. I don't need nobody else's validation. And I'm going to keep moving regardless, okay? I love you all. And I hope you enjoyed today's conversation about your visibility, okay? I love you all. Y'all have a blessed night. All right. Bye, babies.